guys, Grim Reaper Joe here. I am doing a deck profile, I know it's been a long time, of my Amon control deck. This deck has won me first place at least twice, and has gotten me top 5, top 3, such like that, a lot of times. Fun deck, I love DIs, my most favourite clan. I don't like using other decks such as Gold Paladins, Narakamis, because they are just too boring. They're too easy to use. This deck is just so much fun. You can go for different setups and all that, but I'm not going to go into all the complicated stuff because I haven't got much time to do this video, but who cares, let's just get straight into it. For starters, we have the starting Vanguard. Devil and Shadow, moves back in rearguard, so good for boosting, and it's also the great researcher, so you can get your Amons, or even so, you could shuffle your deck afterwards as well, but I'm not going to be bothered going into that, because that's gameplay issues. The trigger lineups, we have 4 Dark Knights, 4 Blitzes, 4 draws, and 4 heals. Most would say, try run different colours, depending on your deck, because this is Amon, he hits big for himself, so if you get those crits, it'll force the opponent to guard every time, and if they know you run heavy crits, and the fact that Amon is coming at them, it'll force them to use their perfect guards really early, and it will set you up ready for the end of the game. Next up, we have the grade 1s. We have 3 AK vanillas, or prison beasts, as people like to say. People say the names, or just say AK vanillas, I don't care. But we have 3 prisoner beasts. AK vanilla hits big stuff. You can hit with anything, well, not anything, but you can use this guy to boost anything that you have to try and hit the Vanguard, because this deck is all about putting pressure on the attacks and forcing them to use their hand as early as possible so you can hit them late game. Next grade 1s, we have 4 Alluring Succubuses, 7k plus the main Soul Charger. Love it so much. Shout out to Kenneth, my main teammate. He loves these cards just as much as I do. Next grade 1s, I would use Doreen, but I found him more useful than Doreen, because, his deck doesn't Soul Charge a great amount during my main phase. It's mostly during my battle phase and my guard phase that I Soul Charge. But yeah, if I use this guy behind, say, Emblem Master or Demon Chariot of the Witching Hour, I can hit the big stuff and put pressure on. Because, Emblem Master, they don't want him hitting for Soul Charging, and Demon Chariot is for late game attacks. Oh, almost forgot. Of course, the one card nobody wants to miss out, 4 Perfect Guards. Most would say use 3 in any deck, but with these new decks coming out, with the Liberators, the Revengers, which will be coming out not too far from now, it will be very scary with those break rights. These Perfect Guards will help out a lot, especially since Darker Regulars Soul Charge a consistent amount of times. I wouldn't say a heavy amount of times. You do tend to find a rabbit or 2 in your soul, and it just really is, kick to walls when that happens to you. But yeah, 4 is my recommendation for a Darker Regular deck. And why wouldn't you follow my advice? I've come first place with this deck. Alright, next up, grade 2s. Starting off, we have 4 Dark Soul Conductors. Now, you don't see many people use this card. I use it myself, because when you call it a rearguard, you tend to find your opponent aiming for this guy more than anything, because they hate the fact that you can Soul Charge 2 cards with this card. I mean, it's stupid. It doesn't cost you anything. All it needs you to do is guard with this Fane. It doesn't matter if he stops the attack or lets it through when he guards. If he just guards, you Soul Charge 2 straight away. Excellent. Good defense. Well, not good defense, but still puts pressure on. Because it even makes them worried about you guarding. Most of it, because in Vanguard, you mostly think, yeah, you want them to guard. But with this card, it scares them. Because Amon puts big pressure on attacks. The next card, one of the main Soul Chargers in this deck, 4 Emblem Masters. as everybody knows, well, all the DI players know, and anybody who plays against Dark Regulars enough times, Emblem Master, when he hits Counterblast 1, Soul Charge 3 cards. So fun. Because he pumps up Amon early game. Really puts in the pressure. And if you were to use stands in this deck, I don't use it personally. If you do run stands in this deck, you can attack with Emblem Master first, get him through, Soul Charge 3 cards, then Amon will be even bigger for the main Vanguard attack. But I don't use stands, as you've seen, but this guy is so much fun. And last but not least, one of my most favourite Dark Regular cards ever. I hope they make a different copy of this card. 4 Gwyn Rippers. The classic Blaster Blade clone. Well, not exact Blaster Blade clone, more like a Berserk Dragon clone. But this thing has helped me out more times than you would believe. This guy helps save me so many times. You know, you tend to come against Aqua Force players, Narukami players, Gold Paladins who have like their dangerous stuff in the back row, such as Basils, 10k boosters, or other stuff, or even Heat Nail Salamanders. Those buggers piss me off. But this thing will help you take care of them. One of my most personal favourite cards, as most say, well, my Bushing, or Avatar, as they would say. Because let's face it, we're in the Ripper. I'm the Reaper bitch. And now, finally, we go into the Great Freeze. We have 4 Demon Chariot of the Witching Hour. For every copy of this guy in the soul, he gains 2k. Fun. Because, you know, even if just 1 in the soul, he's a 12k attacker, and if you have a Prisoner Beast or a Amon, Grade 1 Amon behind him, he can hit for 20 to 21k. Or if you have at least 2 in soul, and you have 2 in rearguards, it can hit for 23k or such other numbers. So it can hit cross rides very easily. Because, you know, you have that trouble with all the new stuff coming out, the fact that you're against cross rides, which really annoys most people. So this guy in rearguard, great recommendation from myself. And last but not least, 3 Demon World Marquee Amons. Most would say run 4. I disagree with you a lot. I say run 3, because you have the Grade 3 Searcher. You don't need 4, because in Dark Regulars you only need 7 Grade 3s. You don't need 8, because you want the room for the Grade 1s and Grade 2s, so you can soul charge consistent amounts. And also Amon, as everybody knows, he gains 1k for every Dark Regular soul, Counterblast 1, and retire rearguards. And the reason Amon is so good in this deck, along with Demon Chariot, is the fact that, say, if you have this in rearguard and you have like a couple of Demon Chariots in hand, and you're thinking, you know, at times when you're using Demon Chariot and he's in your hand, you're thinking, damn, he's not that good now because he's stuck in my hand. Amon fixes that. Call to rearguard, Counterblast, move the soul, plus it retires one of the opponent's stuff. Yes, they get to choose, but still, they lose a card. So, don't complain about it, it's good. So yeah, this is the full deck. It's won me first place twice, as I said. And it's so much fun. Shout out to everyone who helped me get every single Dark Regular stuff I needed in order to finish this deck. Because back in the day, I only had like 3 Gwyns and such, and I used to use a variety of different decks when Dark Regulars were incomplete. And hey, it's booster pack 12, you know, they'll be even more stupid. I don't know for those who've read out. But also, shout out to my teammates Anton and Kenneth, who helped me print out these copies of this. Our team logo, Team Horseman of UK, or Wales, whichever way you want to say it. But yeah, this is the deck profile. Thanks for watching, guys. Grim Reaper Joe here. Good night.